Welcome back to Home Sweet Home. So we've already looked at buying a house and now let's delve into building a house.
Hi Candy.
Hi, good to see you again, Raymond. Thank you very much. All right, let's go. All right, Raymond, so talk to me about what is happening here.
All right, as you can see, this site has just been started about 3 weeks now. We're just doing the foundation of the property. Essentially, what we're trying to do at this time is to make use of the site.
Okay.
As you can see, the stones that have been excavated, we're cutting the costs. We're using those same stones to immediately do the boundary wall.
Okay.
That's an example of saving during your construction.
Okay. So, like, how many bedrooms does this house have, or will it have?
All right, this property, a very lovely house when it's finished. I hope you'll be able to come back and see it. This is a 3-bedroom house.
Okay.
The bedrooms will of course be positioned on the upper floor.
Okay.
And on the lower floor, you will have your living room, typical, your dining and your kitchen.
And what would you say a house like this would be valued when it's finished?
All right, the value of this property, excellent question. This property easily will be valued over $40 million.
Oh, wow. 40 million?
Yes.
All right, so what's the benefit to actually building my house from the ground up versus just buying one that's already built?
All right, when you build your house, you can essentially put all of your individual touches on it. So essentially, what you can do from the get-go, you can indicate to an architect the type of taste and style that you'd want to be projecting from the property.
Okay.
And in terms of the sizes of the rooms, the dimensions, in terms of the type of materials that you want to use, there are a lot of different factors that are being taken into consideration. But essentially, the basics remain the same. So what the workmen are doing here now is just pretty much reinforcing from the construction so they can get up to the upper floors.
Okay. All right, Raymond, so...
Be very careful.
I am being careful. If somebody were to, let us say, want to sell this house,
Right.
and you've already said that the value is about 40 million.
Right.
What is the cost of building it?
All right, the cost of building a house like this would probably range between about, say, $15 and $18 million.
Okay, wow, so that's a good investment.
Good investment, but you have to take into consideration the fact that the property itself will have a value in terms of the lot value.
Right, okay.
A lot like this, which is about a half an acre, in this area, sells for over $10 million.
Wow, okay.
But if this lot were bought like about in 2005, it was valued at about $3 million.
Okay.
So you see an advantage in as time goes on, the property appreciates, both the lot and the building.
What is the first step in building a property? How do I choose land and do all of that? What is the process like?
All right, the first step that is necessary is to identify a property. Location is most important.
Okay.
You want to have access to all the essential services, your water, your internet, your telephone, your cable, and so on. You know, persons are concerned about security, so they want to have a secure community.
Right.
And in addition to that, in terms of the physical characteristics of the site, persons want a site that's relatively inexpensive to build on. So a site like this is not too steep, but it's not definitely flat.
Okay.
But at the same time, if you can look at the dimensions by doing the excavation, again.
For those who don't know what that means, just explain a little bit.
Okay, well, the excavation is pretty much lining up for your foundation, cutting
And
out the sections, going to the lowest levels, right? And then from there you will cast everything for the foundation of the building.
Okay, all right.
All right.
And what about permits? So how does that work? What kind of permits do I have to get to build?
All right, essentially, for a house like this, it depends on the parish that you're in, first of all. But for a simple house like this, which is a residential unit, you would need to apply to the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Council, being that you're in St. Andrew. And that application process may run you about 30 to 45 days for approval. But of course, you would need your architect and your engineers to come together initially to have a smooth flow of the process.
So a project like this would take how long to completion?
All right, essentially from the foundation here, this house will be finished in about 3 months.
Okay, that's a lot quicker than I actually thought. And about how many workers work on this site?
Well, at various stages, but presently we have about 10 workmen on the site now doing the foundation.
So you have a different set that do the foundation, a different set that do the actual
building. Right. Different teams, that's what creates the efficiency.
And you know, you always hear that people when they're building have a contingency budget.
Right.
How important is it? Is it easy to go over budget when you're building from scratch?
Well, absolutely, and that's one of the reasons why we recommend the professionals on the project.
Okay.
To ensure that the budget is handled properly. That's where the quantity surveyor comes in.
Right.
But if you look across Kingston, especially in certain particular sections, there are a lot of unfinished houses. And the reason for that is a lot of persons underestimated the cost to do the construction, and pretty much all of the money ran out before they were able to complete or to make it habitable for them to move in. So that is something.
Because I always see.
Can you be careful? Watch your step.
I'm careful, thank you very much.
All right, meet Tyrone Graham.
Hi, Tyrone.
One of the partners in the business.
Hi.
Pleasure.
All right, so what I want to ask you now is from up here we can see the entire site that's being worked on. Is that your job here? What does a real estate consultant do on site?
Ruban Harmony's resources, we essentially go from start until finish.
Okay.
So from the moment the client has a genesis, the concept of what they want, we work them right through the process until they get to turnkey. And in fact, even after they have moved in, we help them to coordinate maintenance and so on for the properties.
So whose job is it to source the materials? Is that the job of the client or do you guys do that as well?
Okay, that is definitely the job of the contractor.
Okay.
But definitely the client will put an input into the type of material they will want.
Okay.
But Tyrone is our appointment on that.
As a contractor, we go and try and seek the best deal possible so it can work out for the contractor profit and also for the client's interest.
Okay.
So you go and not just to seek the best material, but seek the best quality. Not the best price, but the best quality as well.
Okay.
Because the quality will determine the type of finish that you get on your building. You want to ensure that your building can withstand the natural disasters that may come, earthquake, hurricane, or whatever. If we have never had a tornado in Jamaica, but if it may come, the building must be able to withstand it. In a hilly terrain like this, as you can see where the guys are doing the foundation now, they're putting in the mattings and the columns and beams to come up out of the foundation.
That's what this...
Yeah, this is a ground beam specifically. The informal term that people talk about is the matting.
Okay.
If you look, you can see the different bars that are coming up. At the corners, you have the columns, the steel work for the columns, and those will form the structural element of the structure, and those will ensure that the structure can withstand any natural disaster that may come.
So what is the string for?
All right, as engineers and realtors, you go into a property and you see the tiling of the property of the house looking off, and you say it's out of square, it's out of line.
Okay.
So what you're seeing here with the card line now, they use it to ensure that you maintain the squareness and the plumpness of the building. So when you're doing your finishing touch, you're not seeing the tiles out of line, and you can get a smooth and nice finish.
I know you mentioned the stone that you've already dug up you're using for the wall. What other ways can you save, so to speak, when doing a project like this?
Okay, in doing a project like this, one of the ways you can save is, being that we're on numerous projects from time to time, we can understand how certain things will fluctuate on the market in terms of the prices.
Right.
So we may have the client buy certain materials during a certain time, in a certain quantity, to ensure that the material, in terms of if the price goes up, they would have already had the material in
And
place.
you guys would be privy to when the price is going up?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, everything is tracked by the price of oil and the world market, and because transportation is critical in everything, and as the price and the US dollar goes up, you will adjust the prices. The hardwares will adjust their prices to match the
Relative to that.
Right.
Okay.
And what we will do now, Candy, is we will move to another location just up the street that we are handling as well, that's closer to completion, to give you a better view of what the process entails.
Okay, but I don't have enough work in this area, man. So talk to me about this property. You said this is another one that you built from scratch, but it's closer to completion.
Right, this is one of the other projects that we're working on. We're currently 8 weeks from completion and delivering to the client.
And this is a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom?
This is a 3-bedroom house. Okay? So right now, we're going to take you inside for you to get a more intimate look on the construction process. The front door is right here, as you can see, right? Right, but I'll ensure that you... Okay, Candy, we'll take you to the upper floor of this house. Careful what you step. This is a makeshift stairs that we'll put in, but this is actually where the completed and finished staircase, right?
So these are the other?
These are the other 2 bedrooms. Be careful. You can see. So 1 bedroom to the front, and another bedroom to the back, and we'll have the bathrooms here. All right.